Here are my top 10 resume and CV tips. Your resume, your CV, is it generating interviews? If not, or aren't you sure if it's an ATS friendly resume or CV, this video is filmed for you. Whether you're a senior executive or just starting your career, a great resume isn't just a list of jobs. It's your personal marketing document, a first impression, and your ticket to landing that next big opportunity. But it gets the interview, doesn't get you a job. I'm Martin Buckland, a global executive resume and CV writer. So welcome to my weekly Tuesdays at 2. This is episode number 236. It's live. And if you have any questions on anything related to executive career management, place the question in the comments below and I will answer it at the end of this live session. It doesn't have to be related to a resume or a CV. It can be anything related to executive or career management generally. So here we are. Here we go. Here are my top 10 tips to make your resume, your CV stand out and get noticed by hiring managers and executive recruiters. So are you ready? Tip number 1, focus on achievements, not just job duties. Focus on achievements, not just job duties. One of the biggest mistakes I see in focusing too much on job duties, your responsibilities. Now, here's the honest truth from me. Employers care more about what you've achieved than what you were supposed to do. The key to a powerful resume or CV is demonstrating the impact that you have made. The impact, the achievements, the accomplishments you have made. You need to show results. The more metrics, the better. So let me give you an example of crafted around an acronym called STAR. Many of you probably heard this. STAR: situation, task, action, result. So instead of saying responsible for leading a team, try this STAR. This is the way I operate when I write a resume, and I write a resume or a CV virtually every day, maybe 2. So situation is appointed by the chief revenue officer to lead a high-performing 10-person team with a demanding mandate to catapult sales by 10%. The task is evaluated the market potential, used personal network and other data sources to build a 27 company target list with buying influencers' names. The action: planned and executed an ambitious strategy to meet with each decision maker at target companies within a tight 40-day timeline and position ABC Company as the prime vendor in plastic sheeting. And the result, this is where you need to concentrate on, captured attention and intrigue from 22 of the 27 potential customers, working through devising a custom sales solution for all, generating 19 sales contracts totaling $4.8 million in additional sales to exceed forecast by 12%. So if you were in a hiring position, which one would you hire? You'd hire the person that articulates their STAR story, with all the accomplishments, all the metrics. So which statement would encourage you to read on and possibly call you for as the potential candidate for an interview? So you need to focus on your achievements. I see so many resume CVs come out with just your responsibilities. I'm not interested in your responsibilities. I'm interested in your achievements that are quantifiable. What did you do? How did you do it? And what was the impact? So use numbers, percentages, dollar amounts, and other metrics that paint a clear picture of your successes. Success after success. Think of your resume, your CV as your personal business case. That's what it is. You're putting a business case to your future employer, hopefully. So, tip number 2, tailor, customize your resume for the job. One size fits all resume CVs are a thing of the past. If you want your resume, your CV to stand out, customize it for each specific role. Each specific role. Each application, you are going to spend between 15 and 20 minutes customizing it to that particular job notice where you are applying. So I'm not just talking about swapping out the job title. I'm talking about tailoring the content. So read that job description carefully and incorporate relevant keywords and skills that align with that particular position you are applying for. Hiring managers and the applicant tracking system, ATS, are looking for specific keywords. Make sure the resume, the CV, speaks their language and gets through that ATS. So, for instance, if the job description mentions project management as a key skill, ensure that you have demonstrated examples of successful project management. So, articulate your projects based on the STAR: situation, task, action, result. So make sure it's in your experience. Tailoring, customizing your resume shows that you are serious about the role and have taken the time. That's very important to align your background with what they need. So in short, generic resume CVs will count you out as a candidate. You need to be counted in. They're seen as a red flag. So tip number 3, keep it concise. It's a story document. I don't call myself a resume writer anymore, CV writer. I call myself a storyteller. So I tell stories based on my clients' careers and an emphasis on those star stories. Star stories, star stories, star stories. The more star stories you can have, especially at this end of your career, the better it's going to be for you. So your resume, your CV should be concise. It's quality over quantity. A long resume is not necessarily a better resume. Never go beyond 3 pages. Never, ever go beyond 3 pages. You don't need to have to list every task you've ever done. Focus on the most impactful achievements, especially at this end of your career, your current end. Keep it to a maximum of 3 pages. But if you're earlier in your career, one page if you have less than 6 years work experience, or 2 pages can be enough. But the rule of thumb when writing a resume is complete pages fully, not a 2.5 or 2.25 or 2 1/3 document. Fill either 2 pages or 3 pages, because if you have white space, large white space on page 3, what psychological message is that going to send to the person at the other end? You haven't got enough. And I bet everybody watching today and on the replay has more than enough to fill 5 or 6 pages, but you only have 3. So remember, hiring managers typically spend only 6 to 7 seconds scanning your resume, your CV, the first time. If it's overloaded with relevant information, they won't bother reading it. You'll be put in the recycle bin. So don't be afraid to cut out unnecessary details. Focus on what makes you the ideal candidate when you're applying for that particular job. So tip number 4, use a professional ATS friendly design. I think this is going to shock many of you. So ATS, applicant tracking system friendly design. Design matters. Your resume, your CV is like a business card. It's the first visual impression you're going to make. And just like a business card, it needs to look professional. Added to the requirements for a resume or CV today is ensuring that it passes through that very sophisticated applicant tracking system, ATS. This is the automated scanning application that is so prevalent today in processing resumes, CVs, before even reaching the human eye. It's a computer. And as you know, you can never beat a computer, but you can at least try and match it. So if your resume has headers and footers, shading, graphics, underlines, except for hyperlinks, you will fail that scanning machinery. So no headers, no footers, no shading, zero graphics, not even the smallest graphics, no underlines. You only have one block of text of 4 lines or more, and the rest has to be 3 lines maximum. So there's much more I can add to that, but it's like a whole long laundry list of what you cannot do in formatting today that I, as a resume writer, was able to do before the advent of ATS. So it's a whole long laundry list of things, formatting things that you cannot do. Definitely no shading, no underlines, no graphics, the whole long laundry list. So one mistake, even one character out of place, will eliminate you from that search when you might have had all the skills and a lot more for the ideal candidate. So keep it clean, keep it simple, and keep it easy to scan. Use a classic readable font, something like Arial, Calibri, or Garimond, but never Times New Roman, never Times New Roman, and don't go smaller than size 10. Margins should be wide enough for clarity, and don't overload the document with bolded or italicized text. Yes, you can use bold and italics to emphasize something, but don't use it. Be very conservative in your use of it. So a professional layout shows that you have the respect for the reader's time, and that you understand that importance of clarity. So tip number 5, use action-oriented language. Language matters. A resume or a CV full of passive verbs or generic terms won't stand out. Use powerful, action-oriented language. Words like championed, catapulted, resurrected, boosted, captured, spearheaded, transformed, optimized, and generated show you actively contributed to the organization's success. Use the English language to the maximum. It's amazing language. So be bold in using this great language, and try not to repeat action verbs at the start of each bullet. So for instance, the word increased is well overused, especially for sales professionals. They use increased, 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 increased. I see about 15 to 20 increased verbs in some resumes, 2 or 3 page resumes or CVs. Don't use increased. What about these other action verbs? Uplifted, raised, catapulted, propelled, boosted, hoisted, elevated, and there are much more. So be creative. Spend a lot of time writing your resume. It's going to take you many, many, many hours to write your resume. So action verbs not only make you sound more confident, they also convey results and leadership. So when you're aiming for the senior roles, those are qualities hiring managers want to see. Tip number 6, highlight your hard business skills. These are your hard business skills. These skills are your ticket to standing out. Your resume should include a skills, value add, or core competency section. This is where you list the hard skills. These are the business, functional, skill, industry, and level specific skills. The soft skills, and we'll come to them in a minute, are more interpersonal. So hard skills, business, functional, level, industry related. But don't just list your skills, show them. For example, if you claim strong leadership skills, demonstrate that by a story in the body of your resume, and how you lead and how you you help people to get success. If you claim technical skills, show how you've used them to solve a problem or contribute to a key project. So match your skills initially to the job description to prove that you're not only qualified, but you are the best fit. So take those hard skills out of that job notice and put them in your resume. Only if you have them. Don't put them if they haven't got them. And then when thinking about your hard business skills to place in your resume, your CV, copy the skills that they are seeking in the job notice, and then do some brainstorming with yourself on the others. Play a game with yourself and imagine that you were seeking to extract your own resume from that ATS. That's that applicant tracking system. What business, functional, skill, level, industry specific buzzwords or keywords would you enter to have your resume pulled from that ATS? So do a lot of brainstorming. Tip number 7, include your personal brand and a soft skill summary. The top third of page 1 is initially the most important part. You have to wow the human reader after passing through that very sophisticated, very specific ATS. So place the title of the position, character for character, copy it exactly to which you are applying for underneath your contact information. On the following line underneath that, you would then have the top 4 hard skills. These are the business skills, the business functional skill, level related skills that they are looking for. So when you look at that job notice, you need to think about, well, what are the top 4 hard skills they are looking for? And you need to put them in a line. So something like project management, space, bullet, space, program management, space, bullet, space, change management, space, bullet, space, and whatever the 4th one is. Keep it to 1 line only. If you go to 2 pages, you are killing it. You're killing that ATS. So 4 hard skills, and that helps you get more points with that ATS. So then these change with each appointment you are applying. So that's part of your 10 or 15, 20 minutes every time you customize your resume. Underneath those 4 hard skills, have your 15, 17, or 19 word personal brand statement. This is your unique promise of value, your differentiator, your value add, your competitive edge. So for much more information on the subject, the topic of personal branding, please go to my website, my YouTube channel, Martin Buckland, where there is multiple videos on how to create, conceive, and put your personal brand on your resume and other marketing tools. So go to my YouTube channel, Martin Buckland. So beneath the personal brand, the 15, 17, or 19 word statement, which is in bold and italics, have a 4 to 6 line soft skill summary, a block margin to margin text with the following 4 ingredients. This is a new interview question. What one word, just one word, would describe you? Have that down as the first word in that 4 to 6 line block paragraph. Next is describe your leadership style. As you know, we all lead differently. Next is number 3, what is your communication style? There again, we all communicate differently. And finally, in this 4 to 6 line block paragraph, what are you renowned for business-wise? Not personal-wise, but business-wise. Don't clash the two between your personal brand over here and what you're renowned for business-wise here. They're two separate things, so don't cross them. This is your opportunity to make that memorable, that wow first impression. A compelling professional top third of page one or above, the fold, as I call it, is immediate should immediately grab attention and makes the hiring manager, whoever, want to read more, want to pick up the phone and give you a call. Tip number 8: address gaps in employment. This is what confuses many people. Having employment gaps is perfectly acceptable. It's a fact of life that people, for various reasons, take time off from their work. But be open, be honest, and don't hide them, because otherwise you raise those red flags. Employers understand that life happens, whether you took time off to care for a loved one, a caregiver, or you pursued further education, an academic sabbatical, or you just took time to travel around the world or do a stint in another country for 6 months or whatever. So that could be a travel or a personal sabbatical. So be upfront about it. Address that gap and show how you stayed productive during that time. Did you volunteer, or did you take an online course, or did you freelance? Highlight those activities on your resume, your CV. So don't leave a gap. Gaps define you, and show how you turn them also into opportunities for growth and self-improvement. This solidifies and builds the trust and proves that you are resilient. So tip number 9: proofread, proofread, and proofread. Proofreading is non-negotiable. A resume, a CV full of spelling or grammatical errors, what does that show? It shows a lack of attention to detail, and instantly probably you'll be put in the recycle bin. This is an easy mistake to fix. Read your resume, CV out loud. You'd be surprised what you'll catch by doing this. Use spell check and grammar tools, but don't rely solely on them. Human eyes catch things that machines miss. Don't be afraid, be bold to ask someone to review it, preferably someone with experience in HR or executive recruiting. The more people reading this, this important document, the better it's going to be. Now, if anybody's got any questions, please put them in. Coming towards the end of this, please, anything to do with executive career management, doesn't have to be related to today's topic. I'm more than happy to answer it live. So put it in the comments and I will answer it as I wrap this up in a couple of minutes, a few minutes. So tip number 10: make your contact information easy to find. Your contact information should be front and center. Include your full name, your phone number, your email address, your LinkedIn profile URL, and make sure it's customized. If you've got numbers and letters after your name, that is the default that LinkedIn gave you whenever you signed up. Could be 2 years ago, could be 15, 18 years ago. Make sure you customize it. So if you've got numbers and letters after your name, you need to customize it for 2 reasons. A, it's far more professional to put on your resume, your CV, but also this is the killer. Google and its algorithm visits to your LinkedIn profile will give you a 400% uplift in Google algorithm visits to your LinkedIn profile for free. Makes sense. So make sure you customize your LinkedIn URL. Take those numbers and those letters out after your name. And you also now need to have your 10-digit Zoom address at the top of your resume or your CV. Please don't forget to double check the accuracy of these details. So I'll give you an example. Somebody sent me a resume and he said, "Oh, well, I'm not getting any calls or whatever." and he didn't have his email, he just had his phone number. Why, I don't know, but just had his phone number on his resume, but he had the wrong phone number. He'd had one digit wrong. So that's the typo. And no wonder he wasn't getting any calls. So you need to check the accuracy of the phone number, email, LinkedIn address, and your 10-digit Zoom address. So make sure you do that, because that's very, very important. Make it easy for hiring managers to contact you. Give them all those four, and then to start the conversation. So let's do a recap. I could go on and on and on and on about this, but because it's a very, very important document. But I'm actually going to be doing some interactive videos coming up very shortly on resume CV writing. So a strong resume or a CV is a performance-driven, normally 2 or 3 page document, not half a page or third of a page, a full page, tailored to that specific application, concise, well-designed, ATS-friendly, action-oriented, with all those skills-driven, and proofread to perfection. Remember, address those employment gaps, be open, be honest, lead with a professional soft skill summary and a separate section for your hard skills. And make sure your contact info is easy to find right at the top, page 1. Remember, your resume is your personal marketing tool. Treat it like one. So I think we've got a question here, which is good. So no, we haven't. Okay. Anybody got any questions relating to executive career management or resume writing, CV writing, executive recruiters, LinkedIn? I'm more than happy. I've got about 1 more minute before I'm going to close it off. So put it in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer it as I wrap this up. So your resume is your personal marketing tool. Treat it like one. There is a rule of thumb. It takes you 1.5 hours. Yes, 1.5 hours to write your resume. So if you've got a 20-year career, it's going to take you 30 hours, 30 hours to write your resume. So make sure that you spend a lot of time. You only get one chance. So hopefully these 10 tips will hopefully set you apart in a competitive job market. Now, let me just reiterate that. In the last few weeks, I have noticed, and I work globally, and I network with key decision makers, executive recruiters, HR professionals, and other people of influence. And it's becoming far, far more competitive because of what's happening geopolitically across the world. So your resume needs to be stellar, needs to have that ATS, it needs to have all those tips I've given you in this video. And if you want to go, it'll be on my YouTube channel in a few minutes. Go and refresh with it, because you only get one chance, and you need to have that highly competitive and ATS friendly, performance driven resume or CV. But may I offer all the viewers today a free, no obligation, no sales pitch resume or CV critique. If you are interested, for 30 minutes over Zoom, I will go through your resume in detail. I say it as it is, because you only get one kick of the can. So if you are interested in having a free, no obligation, no sales pitch resume critique, send it to this address below here, and then we will schedule a Zoom. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. I have clients in all continents, across the world. So it doesn't matter where you are. And I will arrange a 30-minute call to go through your resume, but you need to send it to me first. So to go to that address below, and we will schedule a call. So that's it. Hopefully you've got some good tips on a resume and CV writing. So I am Martin Buckland, a global executive resume writer and a global executive career management practitioner. So in essence, in short, I manage and advance the careers of senior executives across the world and those who aspire to be business leaders. So, unless there's any comments, no, I don't think so. So, thanks for watching today. I hope these strategies, these tips will help you land that next big opportunity, because as I said, you only get one chance and you have to beat that computer. You can have to match that computer. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more career advice on my YouTube channel, Martin Buckland. My YouTube channel, Martin Buckland. So manage your career. Your career is your business, and manage it like a business. Have a great week.